Hey, I'm glad that you decided to stop by today and take a look at my video. I am doing week 3 of my scrap busting Pinterest inspired series. The inspiration for today is these beautiful little clusters. They're calling them quickie text or quickie book text belly bands or tuck spots. It is from artfuldigits.blogspot.com. It also has the name of Bonnie Irvine or Irwine on there. And she's just taken these circles that I'm assuming she just cut out with her punches and very simply put, I don't know if what she has is some kind of ribbon on there and little flowers and buttons. So this is my inspiration for today. And these are some of the things I'm going to be using. Right there. I've got tons of scraps. I'm pulling straight out of my scrapbook bin. I've got some scrapbook paper here. This looks like something that I've put together and then cut off a piece. I've got regular scrapbook papers, just random designs. I've got some Tim Holtz papers, the cutoffs from one of my journals that I had made. There's more scrapbook paper, Tim Holtz, and it's random, but it's not. I mean, these are colors that I thought would kind of go together. I don't know how that got in there. I don't think it's supposed to be. But colors that inspire me and make me want to use them. And then I also pulled from, I keep a drawer. It's called, well, I don't know what I call it in my mind. I call it my mixed media drawer scraps. That's what these are. So these are just some of the metallic paints. This is actually, let's see, it is some of this, the metallic gilding polish that I had used to polish something. And that's just the scrap from under it. These are literally just pieces that have been torn from other papers. This one, I think I just had some coffee still on my brush. So I just randomly put it on here. Oh, I've even got stuff on the back that I printed off the internet. That's just a book page that has a little bit of Distress Oxide, I guess, on it. This is cutoffs from the Butterbox journal that I've been working on. This is just pattern, like clothing pattern tissue paper that I put on there and used some Lindy sprays. So I'm going to use some of those. This is nothing more than a piece of cardstock that's got a little bit of alcohol ink drops on it. That's all it is. Same with this one. I don't know what's under here. It looks like some kind of tissue paper that's under there. So anyway, you get the point. This is like a collage deal that I made. I used tissue paper and then I put black ink on it. I put sprays. I put alcohol inks. I just threw everything on it just to see what I would come up with, and I thought it was pretty cool. I made some Tim Holtz, his Thinslits leaf dies I've used to cut out some leaves that turn out really neat looking. This paper, I don't know if you can see the shininess of it, but I used these. These I just got at Walmart. They're just folk art acrylic paints, and they're all like a metallic color. So I used a bunch of those on a piece of corrugated cardboard, and I just took my paintbrush and just brushed so that I would have, you know, something that I could tear up and use for other things. So I'm going to try to use some of that too. Parts of this I will just speed through because I don't think you need to sit here and watch me cut out a bunch of these. But let me just do a few of them with you. I've got 3 different size punches here. And they are, I would assume this one looks like it's probably an inch, or let me see. It doesn't say on there. Okay, that's a 1/2 inch. So this would be probably an inch. And then this one is going to be 1.5 inches. These are the size punches that I'm going to be using because I want to get different sizes of these. I've got, like I said, the butter box I'm working on. I'll link below the videos where I'm working on that. I think that these smaller ones would be perfect for in there. So I'm just going to randomly go through here and start punching out some pieces that I think would look pretty interesting, using all 3 of these sizes. So I'm going to work on some of these, punching some of these out, and then I'll be back with you. So I wanted to show you what I wound up with, and I did not use hardly any of those scraps. I used most of the mixed media ones that I had showed you, and a few of the pattern papers, like this one. I did use, it's got a front side and a back side, so I got several out of that. I used most of this paper. And then these are all of my cutoffs from, or what's left of what I did cut out. So that made a ton of those little circles for me to mess with. I'm going to give you a little close-up because they're so pretty. Some of the ones like those there that I'm showing you now with the copper gilding polish, those turned out so pretty. There's the tissue paper ones, and remember that ink splot that I showed you on that page? That's what it looks like. So this is what we're going to start with. And I'm going to separate them out by sizes, I think, so that I'll have a better idea of what I've got in here. So I separate them into small, medium, and large. All right, I went and visited my sewing machine, and I want to show you what I did. I had some of this, I don't even know, some kind of netting I got off of an old dress from the Goodwill store, and I decided to back some of these with that. And I took it to my sewing machine. I had some copper thread in it, and that's what I used to sew it. I'm hoping that the lighting is good enough that you can see what that look like. Of course, I'll trim this down. That's kind of hinky looking right there. And then these are the ones that I just did the copper thread. I didn't do any kind of netting on them. This piece in the middle, I think I'm going to be able to use that too for a snippet or something. But I thought those were kind of neat looking. Here's this one. Again with the netting on the back, and this is the one I used all the large discs on, or large circles. And here's the teeny weeny little circles. And I just did a straight stitch on those. I didn't want to take the chance of a zigzag messing up the paper. And I wanted to show you, take that off of there, the ones I had messed with before I turned on the camera. I just used book page and I inked around them. I'm hoping you can see what those look like. I don't know what I can put under here to make it show up a little better. Maybe that. There we go. So I just used book page on those and distressed around them. And I thought those were kind of neat. And I think, oh, here's one of those, like a small cluster type thing that I did with just book page. And I think what I'm going to do with this, the music paper that I put on the corrugated cardboard, I think I'm going to use this to go on, maybe on this bigger one, because I think it's big enough to handle it. And I think, see that? I think that'll look kind of nice. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back again. So here they are, all completed, other than a few that I'm just leaving like this so that I can decorate them when I need them. But this is my couple, it maybe took an hour or 2 hours. But here is the results of my efforts. These are the ones I used that metallic paint on the corrugated cardboard and just put them in the center. There's our inspiration. And there's the results. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're actually enjoying the all of the other videos. They are scrap busting, Pinterest inspired. And I thank you for joining me again.